Kevin Akobadu Taylor of Loud Silence TV and then never bonte about being common. I come over dinner and person ya yako na yetie. Come out there about bonte fa Dr. Bawumia and yet Dr. Bawumia na busia na come over dinner da no di yepa. Yetie message ya ba message was over subscribe and your mobile notification buttons for podcast updates. That's why bear media G ha yini atem agent and a chew na ehu na yete we social media so to ba na was some trade and you kwan so yatem di abone so be chewa adwa comment section. Yetie Kevin Akobadu Taylor then somebody atuja. Emma Sesia, yes.
We don't have to borrow money from anywhere.
After all these things, Shadeba no. Yes, Salam Mustafa Bekachre say, Mahamudu Bawumia no him say, lady bina we free MPP aba NDC no. Sa lady the time no e won office na girl no e pimpimba. And on this Salam Mustafa Kache Bawumia say ampa. And Bawumia say no problem. Hey, Bawumia. Or you outdoor or indoor? Outdoor or indoor? Are you a cop? And your boys nakika. Aye, yakika. Mugo busai boys yakika. Aye, I have a doctor. Mugo busaro. Indoors or outdoors? Bawumia dancing in some way in a review. Nansemu, Mr. P. I beg, give me 5 minutes. Make a deal with this matter because we all forgot, Mr. P. I want that video, the Mustafa Salam video where he did a live and told Ghana Fujinaz, oh, Bawumia dear, sa lady no, na Bawumia friend personally ko share them busanso, oh, lady we yate say, or pimpim mama MPP from penny for no cray. Ain't and Salam Mustafa, oh, true. Or say Bawumia can be Bawumia's uncle. That means that Bawumia no a client. Indoors or outdoors, Mr. P, I beg you. Indoors or outdoors. Na mimpo ye yampo ya tigana ne nimpo say sa na say dean ye pimpim ba ma Bawumia. Anything a lady no free party na ayenkofo ya MPP mu pa because that's what the client ni na call. Either that's what the client no call or the package ni na call and that's we package ni wo ho e ma ye nyi obi ma na organize package no pe Mustafa Salam Akwara kwati botono because ni enim na mpo minim mpo say lady no me at the end of the day a political party MPP epokran so togum obi jai NDC no ba MPP for beje no obi jai NDC MPP no ba NDC for beje no party is about numbers intend me gina say make say me call de gum for beje because omo hia nipa intend so obi free MPP. Now about NDC, me I don't see anything wrong with it. It's politics. So be to say Bawumia gas we jai MPP or call UPR. I will not have a problem because the same thing. So ideology is the same. Send so people can say, oh nipa we jai party we waba party we. I don't see anything wrong with it because politics there, it's all about the numbers. It's all about people. It's all about people who are willing to be part of a political party and helping the party. Ultimately, I don't really have a problem with people switching from party to the other. I don't really care about that. It doesn't really. I've done politics. I've done politics to the point where those little things don't change. It does not change my opinion about parties' agenda, ideology, and vision. It doesn't because people cross carpet all the time. And when people cross carpet, it does not mean it's a party, vision, ideology, no. When people move from one party to the other, because when you are in a political party, you are looking at the holistic picture, the holistic vision, what the party represents, and what you believe in. It is how believe in the ideologies of the NDC. Maybe and the MPP who say MPP for Jimmy, Obeso ko NDC. Why should I have an issue with you? Send the NDC mu now who say Bawumia ni nyansa. Now who decide so ko di Bawumia chia. I don't have a problem. I wouldn't have a problem with you because a decision. Unim say nipa no onya okay na ko di ni chia no problem. When people move from one party to the other, I don't make too much noise. I don't even pay attention to that. It's about, can the person support the party? Can the person also be in line? Can the person believe in the philosophies, the principles, the vision, where the party is going? Is the person willing to help for the party to get to where it wants to get to? That's it. Yate political party, political party, so you cannot be selective about who joins your party. Maybe you can find a way to make sure say Obama communication about party in your man. Yeah, but you should not be. I just Inti momianshe Mustafa Salam adia odiye Bawumia na ye refi nso na toy dan say nti ama ejimifo akotete but e wo se e kirechirem ya de ye no Thank you very much, Mr. S. Thank you for bringing the video in. Internetia, answer any edible woman, you didn't kind of pray. Answer any edible woman, you did pray, and son a man for so I could care man for, and send the Jumadi and Ashaso. Yania Santi fucking. That's what I mean, Santimu. Me a boss near Quara, me a Santinima pa, or two for naname. Messiah Chenchina, me chechim, Emma a Santifo, Nananum Libio Mujimino, or Motino Massi. Now, because he am po, Sayan me, Union Sampa, and near, and Intina Santifodi be domi. Because Santifo do Robo Domino, MPP for the Robo Domino, because Metekasa Nyansa, to me, Emma, Omunianoma Sebio, Omumbia Jimmy, or MPP, no, because I'm pa, Sa Branty, and Yamine Shirano. Yes, see, Sebio. Yamfa diabeng de nipa ho abufo kansam na brantie ne medina tebasa na menim sa ne kasa ye go for Nicaragua for sa de dia dance na ye kasa sa ne yi ho na se konkonsa de ekiri hwe Kevin Jai ai oboa emfiri na kubem eyensam keka ai se me nyini on Nicaragua for asa so I am a Nicaraguan. I am a Nicaraguan. It is a soup. It is not a soup, sorry, it is a stew. Now near tia and an answer near Shikra near the Yenia Bre Emma, ye read the Ghana Beko, and a year Salam Mustafa Bekaches. Oh, a brand about why a lady Biana or way a party. I could join the NDC. Now, lady Nako joining NDC into MPP for Bebrebu fu. And I think the lady made a comment recently. Her own opinion. The way when I make comment here, it is my opinion. Obi have the right to speak their mind. Into lady Nicoya comment, about how she feels about the MPP, why she moved from the MPP to the NDC. Fine, I mean I don't care about those things. Obana and action arguing because she used to be part of the NPP. Now, Sister Neka said it is a soup, no. Now MPP for said no, it is a stew. Why are you bagging? Has somebody bagged? Into lady Nika said MPP no, it is a stew, and MPP for said no, it is a soup. Into Lady Nika said we na MPP for National Youth Organizer on Bawumia 8 Obwa Bawumia from the time Bawumia power on Bawumia and Nam Bawumia campaign Ujim honestly a 10 to say Bawumia and Obabonti said no asem na lady Naka no Sebio obechire Magana for mu asem na say bo ya de tie enke bi hyemu Nicaragua for Belkesia omo pepa no achia na achia so emuye okọ Nicaragua eba ebu ni first no say ye de ba beji usike di na say ye beji ademuade a yes bo asebe de aka na obi anim say sebio chia na achia de emuye moja de emu edu chensuo omo boa obeji usike di ai ademude sa ba ni ebu na himfie pa ene na ba afọ akotobu ene odi nya sika ai achia na achia na emuye na ebiese de untumi uyemu nso no emfa sa wanhyem opa kire say hey, bafu akoto ni krono, bafu akoto. Inti, time asabde ba no, ena Mustafa Salam, oye National Youth Organizer, one Bawumia ne nam, ono nimba Bawumia cheme, memitie, mi nimba Bawumia. The honest truth is mi hu Bawumia da. It is so shocking, right? Yeah, memitie, Mahamudu Bawumia mi hu no physically da. Obi abe hu no da. De Ekufuado. He came to governors seminar at Washington DC. I filmed that seminar. I was there. 2016, when the NDC were campaigning, MPP were campaigning 2016 elections. I was in Ghana. I filmed with my wife. It was a documentary I was shooting. That was the first time who different politicians were MPP and NDC. I think that is the time I who John Mahama for the first time in my life. 2016. Yeah. Trade fair. I think where did they have? I think Ekufuado they had their final rally at Efwa Sutherland Park, if I'm right. And NDC for a final rally trade fair. If I'm right, I think because we shot this documentary for some outlets. And that was the first time company me who mama no ojina car no she red. And when I was filming myself and my wife, we were filming. So I saw it clearly. I zoomed in. Now, inti me Bawumia tina office that me who Gani da in my life. There are so many politicians in Ghana. Me who me over NDC from the top. Obi to say General Secretary of MPP, me who NDC me who da. Fifi Kwete, me who say that with my eyes. Me who say, oh, Fifi Kwete the General, me who da. I said physically me who da. Oh, bravo. I can show you executive MPP mu. MPP for the be brave. MPP. Me boss is here better than talk I. Because we need pano no. We need pano no. Hey, one in say dem we nyina one in kasa intina na MPP for members me bomb de no. omo ba krom ha ya me ne omo na ekodina me ne omo na tena se young ones no be ba ku mienu bi sam ya wuku kojo pa omo ye me nkofo me ne omo tena se di nkomo inside enti me unim nipa me nim nkofo me ni time for nkofo de nipa bebre me nim omo enti atia na eye abayo an kasa na Mustafa Salam ono ne Mahmoud Bawumia nante from eye 20 eye de. Also, okay. NDC had theirs at Stadium and MPPA Trade Fair. Yeah, I remember very well. 2016. That's right. Yes, that's how we filmed it. I think MPP was Trade Fair and NDC Stadium. So that's where we filmed it. Now, yet abayo kasawi no and Salam Mustafa said no. Asamna abayo na kanu ono nimba wo miacha abayo ano. But you know, says our lady now of free MPP eba NDC no na oya special aid to Bawumia. Say Bawumia dware a otumi ko bom Your Excellency, me patch obi hwehwe also let them wait. What say about Bawumia twitwe ne say let them wait. Enti onim Bawumia. Say bia Bawumia pe bibie dia ono na Bawumia friends bra get me something nice to eat. Something nice, soft, very, very succulent, something that I can really feel. It's lady no Bawumia chem majority of you. It's because says our time no munyina muji to NPP for na enimu post lady no Bawumia personal aid. Na enimu da. Say na enimu so tumi wura Bawumia dem ekwaje paper keke. Oh, Your Excellency, can you sign here? Bawumia dampe mu krampo na bedsheet katare ho a otumi sorry na we yi pen in the side bed no you know a sign so you can close the door behind you. It lady no nim Bawumia. It is a kokra na okwaje document free Bawumia. It does not matter where Bawumia is, what he is doing, in which position. She didn't care because the Bawumia aid no. Na me ekwamiti I never knew. It about you the free MPP ba NDC no. And wabeka sana Salam Mustafa so ono de onim Bawumia any lady we relationship che obi anti mumia ko Salam Mustafa na minim da say Bawumia kasa to nsa frɛ eye de Salam Mustafa ka say mate se lady or your pimp ya ka say pimpa e te say sebio Bawumia ebuta say obi a sebio oboabo ajantrafo ano na sebio de ma etitiru ene form pimp na nye de bia na nye sele nye titiru on se bi mo nye titiru but e bia pimp nim no na wa mane kakra on se efia koto sei ono oye pimp ono sei no enche se o so pa ba ne ho fe en de apie walo mukuo ono de ohyehe ono de hia ne se wabo o de be ma wo enti enya pimp nyina na pimpi ema eye etitirufo pimpi fo bitumi pimpi abodamfo e de mani pebi e dependent de ewo go ejejire wo de mesi ya wo mia na papa na ojima wo no Dr. Kevin ojima wo wie no say ode pasoma papa on twa me belika ko no say o kasa nti we papa twa me furuma no o se nchirechirem ene je mtumi chirechirem na ye de nchirechirem so esi fa pem so nti mumia go tie Salam Mustafa National Youth Organizer obechirechirem mumia nyina go tie nsam insura sa nyoma o mumia go tie enya me na meka o Salam Mustafa mun tie ne yie.
Then I get a call to come before DMB. I go, we talk about other issues. Then he asked me, are you aware? Do you know? Have you heard that Rosemond is a pimp? Then I said, sir, as far as I know, I have no evidence that she's a pimp, but it is an opinion people hold about Rosemond that she's a pimp. Then he said, okay.
Nyawotre, yebeko enim, but o say yenuanum bebre wo ha. Brofo na o kan nti ama omonti de omo kanase. Abrantie we ye frɛ no Mustafa Salam. Ono ene National Youth Organizer one Bawumia na nanti abedu nne abayo okana so friend Rosemond no ye MPP ni ende o NDC na Rosemond no be kasa na nse ma MPP fo buofu e ma na omo ya madwene se ende ye ntiase ye be kan de oyeye de Salam Mustafa e kan nyina na se o se na o ho e na Mahmoud Bawumia friend se Salam bra o se Bawumia wentiem o se Bawumia ka se o bra na miri ni fie ena ose ofide okọ Bawumia ho ose anima de kwenti Bawumia friend quietly a okachen so Samira ni fie na bra It is Salam Mustafa said Bawumia friends Ombran office fie na ombusa na sembi. It also called Bawumia office no and a Bawumia to punonim and a Bawumia on to get him and otum kra and otna Bawumia and a Bawumia say Abayo a friend Rosemond no. What to say or the mama mema. And I'll say, oh, Bawumia, as a media kind of brother, me jom yo, o kasa be boa ko bia wo de, and also, Your Excellency, Mahmoud Bawumia. Eye abayo ano. Bawumia samo busa brante na se Bawumia our knowledge. Or say, are you aware? Meaning, Bawumia already knows. Say, Ebia lady ni joy no. But maybe he wanted to know. Say, Salam Mustafa, you try to kwatia. Say, be kwati button. Ono so idea say, obani sene beya. Ebia Salam Mustafa be wunne say, or ne Ebia Rosemond no. Alleged Rosemond no. Sena or the mama na enye Salam Mustafa wanwa. Ultimately, because we can say, oh, Kevin, are you aware? Meaning, me and me busa ask a question. I am already aware. If I am not aware, I wouldn't be able to ask you the question. And they say, oh, study Bawumia question now. Mustafa Salam say, Bawumia busa say, are you aware? Before I ask you, are you aware of something? Then I should know what I am asking you. If I have no knowledge, then my question wouldn't be, are you aware? My question would be, do you know? But I will not say, are you aware? Because before I say, are you aware, then I'm already aware. It's not Bawumia Busa Salam Mustafa say, wunim say, wanka say, wunim, or say wunim say, aya Rosemond or Chichema. And as Salam Mustafa say, oh, me dear Mate, ya keka, ya tietie, in some eninam from him, na sebio, men sedanim. Because Bawumia wanted to be sure, say, Mustafa so yamani biana yamani bi. Na send ya Mustafa ba na obi she eya Bawumia table ase na sebio koswa enye Mustafa wanwa. Enti Bawumia Mustafa say, Bawumia friend no, Bawumia busa say, are you aware? And Mustafa say, bo wafa, Your Excellency, I am not. But matete, oh, ye nim ye keka udu kumasi asane kano ye keka. Now, moment to video no so because brofunti or say yabotre.
Then I get a call to come before DMB. I go, we talk about other issues. Then he asked me, are you aware? Do you know? Have you heard that Rosemond is a pimp? Then I said, sir, as far as I know, I have no evidence that she's a pimp, but it is an opinion people hold about Rosemond that she's a pimp. And he said, okay, but I don't have any evidence. But that's the opinion about her. And he said, okay. Later on, I hear so many things that have happened in the office. Some amount of lies and issues of disrespect. And it was beginning to cause some disruptions in the office. She was assigned a role, she left the role, and she was more interested in following DMB around. And when she started following around, that's where a lot of information, you know, began to trickle in for all of us to understand. At the time, DMB was the sitting vice president. Wherever he gets his information from, I don't know, and I can't go and ask him. So he was getting a lot of feedback and information. Using DMB's name in doing things that were not proper. And I'll share just a few because I cannot speak to everything. DMB was going to UK for a program, and a list was sent to the protocol officer to work on. Rosemond takes her passport to the protocol officer and says that DMB asked her to bring her passport. But the protocol officer who has been working around knows that that is not the right procedure. That's not how it is done. Upon further checks, it was established that it was not true. It was not DMB that asked her to do that. You cannot use the man's name in such a vile manner.
Moment was ha said the benuanum a omonte brofo se bi on person muti asem ne ti ase no omo so beti ase na o kasa no Mustafa Salam ekọ denim no say later na oti say Bawumia officer Rosemond adwuma ho na ensam kokoso oteti bebre ni na mframem na question person bebusa Salam Mustafa no say what will make Mahamudu Bawumia ask that question? Because that time, now 8 people had been killed during election 2020. Bawumia didn't care. That time, now in Suafa, when I fall, Emma Nipabiawu, Emma, Oma displaced. Bawumia did not care to ask you about that. Bawumia did not care to ask you about even Tadi girls are no more dada. Bawumia did, as the vice president, the head of the security police council, he did not ask any question. But question here about Bawumia, and it's there Rosemond or your pimp, and I say on your pimp. Are you aware? Very important. Are you aware? Say Rosemond your pimp. It people say so. This was what was worrying him. That was the only thing. One friend, the national youth organizer of the party. And your only question to him, any Rosemond, whether she is a pimp, whether Salam Mustafa is aware, say Rosemond, a pimp, it's not interesting. And one say, Bawumia friend, the national youth organizer, come to my office. When we say Rosemond now yemi aid wahano, do ram office hano, do to the crata brem or demono, Mate say, oh yeah, aware, sir, or your pimp. Then you ask yourself, it's vice president and the biggest problem, no. Nipa, ya body part 2020 elections. Bawumia didn't ask anything about it. The dollar was close to 24. Bawumia did not care. Fuel prices. The fuel was almost 24 to a liter. Dollar was almost 18. We were talking about inflation close to 57. We were talking about unemployment rate getting out of the roof. We were talking about interest rate. People could not even take loans. We were talking about an economy that was basically collapsing. Bawumia did not feel about anything. He did not care about anything. The only thing Bawumia cared about was to inquire. In fact, wasn't to inquire, to double check whether Mustafa Salam or himself Rosemond Sebio or Linea Jantra for. Now, the question here again, I said I met one in some no. Now, Sana Rosemond, your pimpa, one of them, Rosemond, pimping man, I'm more MPP. Bawumia problem, you know, so for Salam Mustafa. Now, Abusa said Rosemond, unim so or your pimpa. Said now Rosemond, your pimpa. Who was Rosemond pimping to? Who was pimpilizing? Rosemond, who was basically who was the client to Rosemond, because the pimpilization had to be pimped by pimpilized, by a pimpilized person. So who was the client to the pimpilization sector? Now, Mumian can some yanko in Samana Salam Mustafa. Bawumia is sounding like a pimp gang. Is part of the gang, the pimping gang. Mahmudu is a gangster. He is a gangster. Now, Mumian ko dena Salam Mustafa eke kan brofu minjum nyanko yenim. Salam Mustafa kasano see. Afei, oni Bawumia di sanko mono nkwa wi okwa no. On say later in some sisi. In some sisi Bawumia office. In fact, Okabibi or say, when the lady started following Mahamudu Bawumia, when Rosemond, or see time Rosemond started on the Bawumia A2 among, somebody following somebody. Especially a vice president of the Republic of Ghana. Not anybody can just get into the circle of the sitting vice president of the Republic. They lie bad. There are so many MPP for they don't have the right to go close to the vice president. So if Rosemond is following the president, the vice president, then it means the Bawumia no vice president, he gave the green light, his security gave the green light for Rosemond to be following Bawumia And following, we use that word advisedly because when they say somebody is following a politician, if you say nipa to me a breaky security, agent a politician, then it means the politician is aware of the role of the person following him or her. Salam Mustafa said, when Rosemond began or started following Bawumia, meaning Rosemond was given the green light by the Bawumia team, Bawumia himself to be following him. Mustafa Salam de say, Bawumia nankasa na ma ho kwan ma Rosemond beka the circle nim. Now Bawumia, if you are aware or not aware that Rosemond is a pimp, why would you allow Rosemond to be following you? Bawumia busa Mustafa Salam question no. Bawumia obia sebio oye aware kra onya we at least if you have a perception about Rosemond, Rosemond should be stopped. But Rosemond kept following Bawumia around the nation. Bawumia ko campaign and I don't know ambefia mbeda Rosemond wom. Bawumia ko baby no peduane dia Rosemond wom. Bawumia ekoda hotel na najo obi akoda Rosemond as an aide, somebody trusted by Bawumia otumi wura ho. Until the question here is, says Salam Mustafa said, when Rosemond started following, nobody can follow the vice president without the vice president knowing. There are people who can be part of vice president entourage, but not everybody has the right to follow him closely. But Salam Mustafa said, when Rosemond started following, the word is following, Following, following. Ordinary political talk. It's ye manayefe. Ye chirechirem se ne ba ya obi ngina baby. Enka say ye ka sama to obi so. Now, Salam Mustafa Kasano or say Bawumia had the UK program. Now Bawumia also called UK. Now, in the vice president's office, we are all aware. Nipa handle vice president passport. Listen, Rosemond had the passport of the vice president with her. Rosemond edi sa passport no edi kwa koma protocol officer no na Bawumia passport ka ho me ko bedu. Enye oba bia na betuma age me passport ekuta unless I have something special with you. Enye oba jenjen bia. Now we are talking about the vice president of the Republic of Ghana. Oko UK. Now Rosemond na the passport eco protocol office. What are you telling me? Oh, catch him say Rosemond ne tumia owa Bawumia hono na limited. Are you mad? Into your see Rosemond at the list the protocol office no Rosemond do on or say me din fa ka ho fa me passport shame na Bawumia na say fa me passport shame yeah ko UK. Iti Rosemond ko ye no na okuta Bawumia passport and okuta group no moko and odu on say protocol officer, I am part of this trip, so I am adding my passport. Mustafa Salam Ekasano or say later they got to know, say, that is the decision Rosemond took without Mahmoud Bawumia knowing. The question here is, so Rosemond take a decision way, not decision way, a very dangerous decision. Now, Rosemond basically went against Emra Emma Obitumi vice president. Why didn't they sack Rosemond that day? Why didn't Mahmoud Bawumia say that this lady is a liar? This lady is basically doing things she's not supposed to do. Why didn't Bawumia come out to say, sack her today or don't allow her to come close to my office? Mahmoud Bawumia never said that. From our information and from his own explanation, Rosemond was still working in the office of Mahmoud Bawumia. Remember, Bawumia Nebusa Mustafa Salam, Kotiboto say, are you aware? There are two words you are working with here. Following and are you aware? Following, are you aware as a sentence? And do not forget, because Ebesaba, are you aware from Bawumia? And Mustafa Salamaka said, following Bawumia. It is a girl, no, and the document in the coye, and then the passport to come home, and later Ebe finding out to say, the vice president Mahmoud Bawumia has not instructed her to do that. What are we supposed to do? We are supposed to fire the girl that same day. Why didn't they fire the girl? The girl was still with Mahmoud Bawumia. Mommy and call back, na yenkutie Salam Mustafa.
Use the man's name in such a vile manner. without his authorization. Then there was another incident. She wants to sit in meetings she's not supposed to, and at one point my boss Samuel Wuku questioned her, do you have to sit in this meeting? She said yes. The boss asked her to sit in the meeting, but Sami knew that no, that will not be the case, because that meeting she wasn't supposed to be there. And later checks also revealed that she was not supposed to be in the meeting, and she lied about that, saying that it was the boss that asked her to come and sit in the meeting. There are many instances of these things I don't want to, mention.
So at a point, yes, Samuel Wuku meeting because so our Bawumia officer name more dene. Nyame da wase so de chenchen hine 2 midin so meeting because so Bawumia officer per Salam Mustafa ya ne yenim yetie baby nsu afa ye ya nyoma nyina nsu de kɔ ya factory nsu afa mu nyoma nyina mankofo asesa toilet paper nya ya dwene ye ho yetie baby ya nim hwe yan ka bi nhyemu adamudie na ye atwen adamudie bribe na ye atwen Ghana for the bia ye atwen bribe. Yeah, sorry, you need you for your mama, you try light him, and go to buy them, walk a kaye, your mattress in other zoom, your food for your water share fridge, in circle fridge master, and you die. Ya what chile, I did chia, yana ademidia, try bribe, and I'm most of the master about the year chim, quasi a 4. Mustafa Salam Casano, or say, I go. LBB. Debi abika gana bozo bo Jimmy amso Kevin Muade me. Omo Jimmy tu LBB. Omo Jimmy sam mole. We Jimmy dam mole. He? Mustafa Salam ka see imre after passport incident ni see Bawumia pam girl na girl no down eba office wo Bawumia nko ahye wa no call no akoma ne coffee no we pie otimi show 38 minutes 42 minutes Bawumia nche bia 13 seconds na girl no pie began to run on che wacha 12 seconds Bawumia de on che. Now Mustafa Salam ka no see imbre bi duina meeting chenchirenche mu odene bi eba so ana eyempanifo a sebio omo de omo ehia se ombetena meeting mu na also mutinem na omo to meeting na eye abrayiwa no Bawumia to wo eyi Samuel Wuku te wo na party mu mpanifo na abayiwa no bowura ho obowura no twe akonwa Bawumia office nkonwa miensa na wo ho baako ye ne dia ne yere dia na baako eye akonwa ne ba besra na otena so na otwe ne yere dia ne tena so. Hey boy August inti Mustafa Salim chire mu no say oba na otwe akonwa meeting koso Mahmudu kasa impenfo ye din embema ka omhwe ato nchen ese kokuo etie nyansa efri Bawumia ho na abayiwa na etwe table akonwa na otena so ho na Samuel Wuku tontom ono eye de abena kokko ne kono wi a ye chi no na ono twa ne no say na o meet na ye wo adentina abetinam ana ga ne se hwe bo boss no to no one na se me metinam na at that moment wo Mahmudu Bawumia we vice president abayo odin kind of passport pass protocol musi wa kodi atro wentuma mpam no wo ye meeting so wa intruded the meeting pulled a chair and sat and told the people there say wo Bawumia na also on tenacing. What really happened from Salam Mustafa no girl nitina meeting end. So this is the scenario. A pimp enters a room where there are a lot of pimpies. Now the pimpies are there and the omo chain say meeting because so and the pimpter who is Bawumia because the girl is the pimp. And then girl no kwara no mu yedwuma no eye pimpies. And omo a sebi omo te ho no Bawumia omo ya pimpters omo no mo ya pimpim omo and at that time no sa situation no otumi say abedu a pimpilization situation obi antumi nka. So the pimpy enters, the pimpters are there, and then the pimpilization conversation goes on. Into Bawumia ntuma anya bear man ka say hey please get out You are not part of this meeting. In fact, you don't have that capacity to be sitting here. Bawumia no jom. Every say, no come Bawumia coffee. Watch 33 seconds, 18 microseconds. No PA. Only the umbro 33 seconds. Watch up 38.2 seconds. No PA. Into the piano 2 Bawumia officer. No amount coffee. Into Ujina Okra. Orema 38.2 seconds. No PA. On check Bawumia DSO. Into Mustafa Salam nature. Into Obusan say, hey, now by you yes so to me. Aba you a party no mben party no aba you yes no nka Bawumia ho enso Mustafa Salam asemo chechem say aba we no na ne nsa tuam ne nsa wom na otim mom yanko na yanko tie na mensa dwudwum Mustafa Salam na kire Bawumia relationship with Rosemond.
Of these things I don't want to mention, but just to give a clue of some of the things that were happening. Senior management began to get uncomfortable to the extent that Rosemond wanted to serve DMB's food. How? When there's a protocol to handling his food, how do you come just some few months you want to handle the man's food? All of these things were happening concurrently, not gelling. Then you came to meet people at the office. Now you wanted to show that you know DMB more than those people. And Papa said this, and Papa said that. Then people will say, no, this girl is talking too much. One time, Rosemond follows the vice president to Sunyani. And this girl goes to cry in Sunyani because she was not put in the same hotel as DMB. She was put in a different hotel.
Mustafa Salam Kasar, in Samna, in Suya Toya Hayo, San Samo, or see, in Samoki Nina happen concurrently. You can say concurrently. Now I say, in nomadi di boom, and nomadi di, na achim police dia, omudi di boom, you find concurrently, in nomadi di boom, a omudi omutiso ko, so ko poultry farm, na enkuko didi, obia so ko, your friend concurrent eating. Or say the okeka ye nyina passport and some samia ukuka say Bawumia ni nyina happen concurrently. Ni nyina happen dey per kwan so na ni nyina didi so na gina so baby gina na ekorenim. Now see mbre bi duye eno ko ne twa ne yam no Mustafa Salam or the national the youth organizer of the NPP. Or your turning about Bawumia turning or your Bawumia close relation. In fact, or your Bawumia 8 ebambe mana or see asebi kura na eseno. Or see Rosemond at a point. Rosemond so-called Bonia wedding na yampamuno or da hujinem. The pimpi is still in there. The pimper is still there, and the pimptor is still around. The pimpy is there. The pimpter is there and the pimper is there. So you can see Rosemond concurrently, they are still there and nobody has been able to say, Rosemond, you have been fired. No bian to mean kanye. Adentra. Adenti no bian to mean kanye. Why? Adentra. Makomna ba. Adana. Nana. Ajibro. I say adentra. Why? Makomna ba. I come the bad and where is I Adam why mudana. Makomna ba. Enti Mustafa Salam church no say yam fa no kwanto nchen ene credit wa keke no put ene kitwam o say edumbre bi na afei Rosemond efre Bawumia papa I late acha o say mbre bi duye people mo jimi o wa betete Bawumia to nyina o just gufu yire mo jimi or see mrebi baye na afei ugura Bawumia officer gani boma papa please can I come papa Zadzi just okay Zadzi and go for so or fra Bawumia Zadzi interest get no fra Bawumia papa enya papa and say Duncan William jana emu wirem no papa